Hey, 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 welcome back to another live, a new month, a new month. I am super excited to be in the month of May because y'all already know why. It is officially like summertime for me. The children is about to get out of school. We have warmer weather, and I'm super excited to have warmer weather because I don't do well in the wintertime. I feel like I go through seasonal depression during the wintertime, and I've been in a funk lately. And now that like it's warmer and the sun is shining bright, I feel like I'm working my way out of it. But I am about to check audio really fast so I can go live on IG because my daughter snuck her phone to school today. Sorry, let me turn this down. So I can go live on IG because my daughter snuck her phone. Okay, we're good. But yeah, Kendall, she's something else. She snuck her phone to school and she wasn't supposed to. So I am working with just this phone. But anyways, let me go live on IG. Hello, IG. I am live. I am live. I am live. Welcome to the month of May. I am super excited to be able to do this live today because this month we are talking all things marketing. I think I'm going to do this lesson is for me also. So if I'm giving you something, I'm taking it in. Marketing is a very tough conversation to have because here's the thing. We can start a business all day long, right? But if you don't know how to market the business, that's where you become stuck. Okay. So I feel like I've learned how to market now, but I'm still learning because it's still layers to business. Okay. So when you elevate and get to another level, you have to learn how to pivot and shift and market to the level that you're on. Okay. So I feel like marketing have been super tough for me throughout my business endeavors because I am an introvert and I am one of those type people that if I can just stay in the house and be a creative and let, my business run for itself, then that'll be like awesome. But realistically, you can't. Like, you have to be the face of your business. You have to get yourself out there. You have to do guerrilla marketing. You have to do content creation. You have to be in these networking events. Like, you have to really show up for your business. And for myself, a lot of people say you're an extrovert, but I'm like, no, really, I'm an introvert and I don't like being outside. Now, I do like to be outside, but mainly it's like I like to go outside and come back home. I don't like to mingle around so many different people. I just never been that type of person. But like when you start a business, you really don't have a choice but to be that person. And so I've learned, throughout this journey that I have to really put myself out there. I feel like I'm not putting myself out there as much as I need to. But again, I'm working on it this summer. It's going to be a little different. I'm going to start showing up and I'm going to, let me slow down. I'm going to start showing up. I'm going to be very intentional where I place my energy and my time. And I want to make sure that when I put myself in rooms, I'm putting myself in rooms with people that probably know more than me, but I'm putting myself in rooms for people to know what Boss Life Global stand for, what Boss Life Global mission is. And so that's why this month for me is on time, right? Because it's time for us to start getting ourselves out there. Even if you don't have a business, even if you are someone that work a 9 to 5 job and you want to start a business, but you don't know where to start, I say get around people that is in your industry. If you are someone that want to be in the business industry, if you're a coach or a mentor, or you inspired to be a life coach, get yourself in rooms with people that have that same that is on the same path. Okay. If you're someone that's a hairstylist, start to go to hair shows, start to go to the conferences, go to these just different things. Like, just put yourself in rooms in your industry, because you may be able to collab with someone just on a small project. Although you didn't start your business, you're able to still collab with someone to maybe help them out with their business and kind of learn the blueprint underneath someone else. Okay, so I'm going to talk about this throughout this live, so that you guys can get a clear understanding about marketing, and for you to understand why marketing is extremely important for your business or for yourself, right? Because I am catering to people that um, don't have a business, right? But I'm also speaking to business owners that struggle with marketing, even if they do have a business. Okay, so for the ones that don't know who I am Latasha Shelton. I am the founder and CEO of Boss Life Global, where we help inspire entrepreneurs transition from the 9-to-5 grind and get into entrepreneurship. We focus on three things: personal development, business development, and building a personal brand. So this month is the foundation of effective marketing, brand, and messaging. Okay, we are going to talk about effective marketing, branding, and messaging. Now, I'm not going to get so deep into branding, because I feel like you guys get the point. If you are new, I do these lives every single Wednesdays at 11 a.m. So if you're someone that can't tap into these lives at 11 a.m. on Wednesdays, that is okay. Tap in with my YouTube channel. If you are, I'm going to put my YouTube channel up here. Okay. Subscribe to Boss Life Global. Boss Life Global, I have all my replays on there. So if you are someone that's just starting off, start from the beginning. I talk about branding. I get really in depth with what branding look like, how to build a brand. And then watch the lives, take notes. If it's things that you already know, then that's okay, right? We're always willing to hear and listen, because I may say some things that you may not know. So tap in, learn what you need to learn, and utilize it in your business. Hello, you choose 614. Hello. Anyways, I don't know why IG don't pick up my hearts. Okay, whatever. IG on some hate and stuff. But welcome to the live. Okay. So we're going to talk about understanding your ideal client. So in order for you to market, you have to understand your ideal client. So if you are someone that don't know what that look like, I'm going to give you an example of identifying what your ideal client is for your business. So if you have my book, and if you don't have my book, make sure you go on Amazon, order The Boss Blueprint on Barnes & Noble and Amazon. I'm telling you, this book is definitely needed for you to be able to understand who you are, but understand who is your ideal client. So I have in the book, and I'm going to use the guy avatar. So if you guys can see this is for IG, Facebook. This is an avatar. So if you think of your ideal client, okay, let me slow down. To understand your ideal client, you need to understand how your ideal client think, how your ideal client dresses, where do your ideal client hang out, what are their interests, such as, do they like going to racing shows, do they like to go to comedy shows, do they like to go to car shows? Well, I already said that. Do they like, what do they like to do? Are they the type of people, like for the ladies, do they like to go to coffee shops? Do they like to go to juicing restaurants? Do they like to go get their nails done? So you need to know, how do your ideal client look? Okay, so how do they dress? Where do you want their finances to be? How is their health? And I know we're getting tedious, but you have to make sure that you know who you are targeting, because we cannot talk to everybody. When you talk to a lot of people, you get nowhere. So that's why it's very important for you to niche your business down so that you can understand who are you trying to sell to, who is, what do your avatar look like, okay? So that is a part of effective, being effective when it comes to marketing. Okay. Understand your ideal client, aka your $1 million niche. So in order for you to identify who your client is, you have to understand what you sell and what do you do. And that's why it's very important to niche down as much as possible so you can um know where to look for your clients. So for instance, I'm a business coach, and business coach is very broad, right? I can be a business coach for people that do hair. I can be a business coach for people that cook food. I needed to niche down because it's like I'm a business coach, but what who do I really want to cater to? And I felt like a lot of people that wanted to quit their 9 to 5 jobs did not know where to start in business. They say, I don't want to be a 9 to 5 worker, but I don't want to start a business because I don't know where to start in that area. So I felt like I was the bridge to transitioning out of the 9 to 5 job and get into entrepreneurship. So that is my niche. So I'm targeting people that's in the workplace. I'm targeting people that I wouldn't say live paycheck to paycheck, but someone that say, I'm tired of living paycheck to paycheck. I don't want to always be this person that clock in to this job, every single day. I'm in this spiral loop. I'm in this rat race. I don't want to be that person. I want to be somebody that have freedom. So here I am. I'm that person say, okay, well, let me show you how to properly get out of that 9 to 5 job without hurting your livelihood or hurting your family. So let's talk about your mindset. Let's get your mindset together. Let's talk about some holes you have within your personal life and some holes you have when it comes to your hustle or your business idea. Like, let's focus on that. And so I had to niche my business down to figure out who I'm targeting. So in my book, The Boss Blueprint, I have a section in this book that talk about what a niche is, how to niche down, what's the difference between a passion, what's the difference between a hustle and a hobby. I talk about your skills, your expertise. So that is very important to understand before you get into this is very important to understand before you try to reach out to your ideal audience. Okay. So when you figure out who you are talking to, you need to know what they want. What fears do they have? What dreams do they want? Right? What do they dream to be? So sell them the dream. Don't sell them the dream by trying to take their money, but try to find a solutions to their problems, their fears, so that they can feel like they have a chance of living that dream. Okay. So sorry, y'all. Anyway, so use storytelling to market to your people. So people want to feel like you are empathizing with them. People want to know that you feel their pain. So use stories of your own to make them feel. So in order for you to really get someone to buy from you, you have to make them feel you have to make them feel like they can relate to you. You have to be relatable. So with me, I share my story about how I failed in business. Okay. Excuse me. I use my story on how I failed in business. So you have to master your storytelling. Sell them sell to your audience in a way that they can feel. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so rusty at this thing. I took a break. See, that's why you don't take breaks, because I'm like thinking about all the things I got to do over here, and then I'm over here trying to teach you guys about marketing. So I do apologize. But anyway, so for instance, with me, I made many mistakes. So if I'm going to make my audience feel, if I'm going to make my audience feel like I'm relatable, that's what I'm trying to say. I have to tell them my story. So I tell people that I've been a business owner since 8 years old. 7, 8 years old. And I've been through the entrepreneur journey. And fast forward in 2020, I made so many business mistakes. I didn't get a mentor. I didn't seek out coaching. I was watching all these YouTube videos about how to quit your 9 to 5 job. And I actually quit my 9 to 5 job. But what I did not know is that when you quit your 9 to 5 job, you still have to keep up, which I know, but I didn't realize that you really have to have a plan. So when I quit my 9 to 5 job, I didn't realize that there was a whole lot of things that came with trying to build a business. But then also I still had to take care of my children. I still had to take care of my home front. And so I was in this hole that I couldn't get myself out of. So I was faking it till I make it. I was putting a smile on my face, because I didn't want, and I guess that's pride and ego. I didn't want people to look at me as a failure. So I tried to cover up most of, the things that I was going through. And I try to still push through, even though I was miserable. I was so sad because I was losing my home and I was in transition. And then when I had my office, I lost my office because I wasn't educated about business. Now, I started businesses when I was young and I knew about business, but when it was time for me to get into business full time, that's kind of where I fell short at. And so I was so inspired to help other people become successful when it comes to transitioning. I was very inspired to really help other people out to live their dreams, because I understand what freedom looked like. Now I understand what freedom looked like. I understand that this wasn't a job wasn't my end all be all. So I just really wanted people to experience what I experienced, right? So that is something that you see how I sold a story. You see how it felt like I wanted people to feel me. I wanted people to understand, like, when I was going through my job, I was very depressed. I couldn't take care of my children. I couldn't go to my daughter's recitals. I was missing all kinds of activities for my kids. I couldn't find babysitters. I was keeping them at daycare till 6 p.m., dropping them off at 6 a.m., picking them up at 6 p.m. So my kids stayed in school for 12 hours. And I didn't think that was realistic for a kid to sit in school for 12 hours. And I felt like a badass parent. Like, I felt like I was failing them, and they wasn't able to spend quality time with me. And so it was times that I would call off from work and I would get penalized. So when I called off for work, it's like I had to come back and work 15 times, 30 times harder than my other coworkers, because they had help. They were in a 2-parent household, and I weren't. I was a single mother, just had a baby. And so I'm like, this is not, making sure my thing is on. I'm like, this is not life. And so when I did quit my job, I did not regret it. I felt like, oh, I'm finally free. I can be Tasha. And so that's where a lot of this Indian fairy came from. It was like I was able to spread my wings and be the best that I know I can be. I did not want to limit myself. I knew that as a little girl, I had dreams to be this big superstar, be this motivational speaker, be this person on stage speaking to the crowd. I knew that I had a talent to pour into other women and other people and empower them to be the best versions of themselves. And so that's what motivated me to become an entrepreneur. But I'm like, you know what? I want people to be me. I want people to have freedom. I want single mothers to be there for their children. I want women to pour into their children, do things that do things that they never could imagine. Waking up and booking a flight and going out of town and taking a mom vacation, and it don't hurt them because they don't have to put in a request. They don't have to say, I'm limited to one vacation out of the year. Like, no, when you are an entrepreneur, although you gotta work hard, There's a such thing as social media now, and social media follow you everywhere you go. When you, some people poop on the toilet with their phone in their hand, and I might be talking about you. Some people go to bed listening to podcasts every night. Your social media is a powerful tool, and that you can market yourself anywhere around the country, wherever you are, right? You can go out and tell people your aspiration. You can go off and tell people what you dream to become. You can go off and tell people what you are doing in your mission. But when you are bound to the 9 to 5 grind, you're not able to really be that best version of yourself. Now, is entrepreneurship for everybody? No, but I feel like freedom is for everybody. So whatever that look like for you, make your freedom come true. You hear what I said? Make your freedom come true, because everybody is not, that's our birthright. When we come into this world, God said that we can be free, right? God didn't tell us that we were supposed to be in prison. That's a man-made thing. God, we came in this world naked. We came in this world free, but along the way we lost who we were. Along the way we lost our mission. Along the way we lost our identity. We lost everything about ourselves because of the programming, because this is what they told us that we had to do. The schools we went to, we had to file in line. We had to stay in a single file line. We had to do what we had to stay on the right track of what society deems as norm. And as soon as you go off track, you are made to be a rebellious child, right? So that's what pushed me into really wanting to pour into other aspiring entrepreneurs, because people just want a way out. Some people just need other people to help them have the courage to really get out of that. Some people have not been told that they're great. They have not been told that growing up, and then some people want validation. Some people are worried about what other people feel about them. Some people are scared to make mistakes, right? I make mistakes all the time. Sometimes when I teach you guys, I'm in my head and I'm like, oh crap, I've made mistakes. I've said some things on here that is off track, right? Or sometimes I might be thinking about other things. I get text message on here. My train of thought goes somewhere else. I may repeat some things, but it's okay, because that's a part of growth. That's a part of identifying the things that you got to work on. And one thing about it is social media will make you feel like you have to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect, and you don't need validation from nobody. And that's something that kept me doing these weekly lives. I watch myself back and try to see how I personally can get better. Okay? I watch myself back and I try to figure out how I personally can get better. And I don't like this filter on IG. Anyways, but so I want to be able to encourage you guys to do the same thing, because it is beautiful when you are able to see how far you have came along. I watch my lives back from when I first started, and sometimes it's very cringy. I'm like, oh my gosh, what did I say that? Oh my gosh, look at my hair. Oh my gosh, my hair looks small. Like, you think you like the camera make you look different. It might make you look maybe 10 times bigger than what you are. Sometimes, your head might look a little bigger or a little smaller. So you're always critiquing yourself inside and out, and that's our human nature. We're hard on ourselves. Like we want the best for us, so we always critique who we are. But to be honest with you, people not even looking at you like that. People are not looking at you like that. People are like, God dang, I respect her. She got some guts to go live every single Wednesday. She got some guts to really be talking about some things. She's very vulnerable. She's very transparent. You know, so it is important for you to get out of your head. Tell your story. People want to hear you. People want to hear how did you get where you are and what made you who you are. A lot of people want to know these things because you don't understand. You may awaken something into somebody's spirit and then they have that aha moment. You never know. So that's why it's important for you to use story to use your story to your advantage. So you see how I just told you guys this long story about who I am as a person, what I stand for, and what drives me, what makes me want to become better. Okay? People can relate to that. People don't relate to people that try to paint this beautiful story. Pain is your story. So how can you market to someone that may feel that same pain as you? Right? Because people want you to just nurse them back to health. Some people want you to speak positivity to them because a lot of people don't want you to judge them. And if they find out you were where they once was, that you was there once in their place, excuse me, they are on board. They're gonna buy from you because they see you're not in that space anymore and that you found the solution. So find the solutions to someone's problem by storytelling. I'm telling you, that's the most effective way to market to me. So we talk about we're going to talk about yeah, this is important too. So don't, when you start off in business, most of us start off in business and we think that we are going to get it right away. And realistically, that's not the case. That is not the case. That is not the case. You have to go through a trial period. Okay? So the trial period is just starting, putting the product out there and watching it grow, watching it plant your seeds and watch it grow. Now the growth ain't gonna be fast growth all the time, and that is okay, because the problem is we want to get out here, start a business, and think that it's just going to completely take off the moment you post your product, your content, or your services. Okay, I want to let you guys know that my business page is certified or verified. And that because it's verified, you will think that I'll get a lot more engagements. You will think that I have people that will comment on my post, share my post, but they don't. Some people don't even look at these lives, but that's okay because I still show up consistently every single Wednesdays and give you guys information. So don't look at your likes, your shares, or any of those things because it will actually turn you away from doing this. I'm telling you, if you start to feel like you are not going anywhere, it's the moment you fail. If you feel like because you didn't get 2 likes on your video, you are not going anywhere, at that moment, you failed. Because likes, shares, comments don't matter. You are marketing yourself. Look at this as building your portfolio. Look at this as building your portfolio, your resume. So when you go to your 9 to 5 job, when you go to a new job, you have to make a resume to show that you are qualified. And You put your heart in your resume because you want that dream job. So you're going to make sure you are using all the terminologies, all the certifications to make sure that they are very impressed with who you are as a person or a worker or whatever you do. Look at business just like that. It's not hard to really start a business. You can still use that 9 to 5 mindset. Not all, but use that 9 to 5. When it's time for you to look for that job, use that same mindset when it's time for you to start a business, because it's literally the same concept. Okay? A resume is your marketing tool to give to an employer. You doing content, you making posts, you going out and doing guerrilla marketing is your resume to you building trust with your ideal client or whoever you want to work for. Okay? Whatever contract you're trying to land. So when you do meet your the right people, they're going to want to see, they're going to want to go back and watch and see what you've done. So they're going to go back to my business page and say, oh, you do weekly lives every single Wednesdays? I do. Oh, bet. Let me go binge watch. They may not like anything of yours, but that don't mean they're not watching. What they're doing is they're building trust with you. They're building trust. Some people don't like when people are very salesy. So they don't want to like or share your things because they don't want to be sold to. They want to know who you are first before they actually click that like. Because once they click that like, me as a business owner shows that you are interested in what I'm saying. You show interest. And because you show interest, I'm going to follow up with you to see if I'm someone that's for you or you're just someone that's a supporter of it. I'm going to follow up on who I'm going to follow up on my client, on my avatar. Do you fit my avatar, right? Because I tell people everybody's not your client. Everybody isn't your client. So stop trying to cater to every single body because I don't want to take everybody in. So when I'm looking through and trying to figure out if this person's for me, I'm seeing if they check my list off on my avatar. Okay. Now, can I have other people that don't fit my avatar? Absolutely. I definitely can. But I prefer to go towards people that is in my niche specifically, instead of someone that's outside of that. Okay, because I don't want to stretch myself so far thin when it comes to trying to teach someone that I'm not an expert in. So what I'll do is if I can't help them, I'll outsource them to someone else that can maybe help them a little bit further. So don't get caught up in social media and what social media all these likes and shares, because y'all don't know that people buy their likes. Some people buy their audience, right? A lot of people, a lot of these gurus buy their audience. Okay, so this is still a marketing tool for me. Me doing this on Wednesday, I'm still putting myself out there. I'm still marketing. I'm still very consistent on that. I'm showing up even when it's quiet. I'm showing up even when it's quiet. Okay? So start showing up even when it's quiet. Because I'm gonna tell you something. Once that one content pop off, baby, you popping. And now you got a portfolio. Now you got a resume of all the content that you've done. So you don't look like an amateur. Now people are able to build trust because they see all the stuff you've put out. They see the consistency. They see the quality. You're learning from your mistakes, right? This is a trial for me. I'm in my trial. I'm learning from my mistakes so that I can improve myself. So when my ideal client come around, I'm able to effectively sell them something because I was able to fix whatever I needed to fix, the holes in my business. Now, do I have clients? I absolutely do have clients, but am I popular? I'm not popular yet, but that's okay. It's quiet. So look at it like that. Don't be ashamed because you don't have 200 likes. You don't have so many followers. Like, don't, it's okay. Like I said, this is your resume. And I, unfortunately, society has us feeling like if you don't get likes and shares, then you're nobody. I don't get no interactions in my video. I literally be talking to y'all and it don't be nobody on my live at all. You know what I'm saying? Participating at all. And that's okay. I'm not going to shut my live down because I don't have nobody on here listening to me. I'm going to still talk. I'm still going to talk. I'm still going to teach my class because there might be one person that might benefit from what I'm talking about. I'm a person, one person at a time. So enough of that. We're gonna move on and talk about clarity is key. A confused audience won't buy. So if you're not clear about what you want to do as a business owner, it's hard for you to market yourself. Okay, so clarity is definitely key. Um, so that's something that you need to figure out. So what is your pillars? Like, what are your main things you want to focus on? Okay, so my main focus is Facebook lives, right? What's your triangle? What are the three things that you want to consistently focus on every week? Mine is Facebook Live. I like to do blog posts and I like to put it on my YouTube channel. Okay. My Facebook Lives, my blog posts, and my YouTube channels are the three things, main three platforms that I focus on, are the main three pillars that I feel like is very successful for my business and my business marketing. So, but you can't do that if you're not clear about what you are selling. Write out your mission statement. Like, that's what you need to do. What's your mission? And what is your mission? And then when you find out your mission, what is your values? Flat out. And then you can build from there. People don't like people that's all over the place. One minute you selling t-shirts, and then you selling the course. And then you selling the course, and now you say you bake cookies. Like, people don't want to see you in so many different places because they won't buy, because there's inconsistency in you as a business owner. Okay, so and then I can break that down because you can still have three businesses and still be okay, right? But that's a whole nother lab. Okay, but still get clear. And even if you have three businesses, make sure they still coexist, make sure they align with each other. So for instance, I am a motivational speaker. Because I'm a motivational speaker, it segue into me having Boss Life Global, where I help aspiring entrepreneurs quit the 9 to 5 grind and get into entrepreneurship, right? So my motivational speaker is me talking about, mindset change, pouring into women, business and mindset, but it's still aligned with Boss Life Global. And then I also do content about being a single mother and health and nutrition. And that's still correlating to Boss Life Global, because I talk about, in order for you to have a business mindset, you have to focus on you first. You got to personally develop you first. And then it correlates into motivational speaking. So you see how my three businesses align with each other? It still have the same core values, right? It's not all over the place. So you can have three businesses, but make sure it makes sense. So that's where your clarity comes into play. Okay. Yes, I have many talents, many talents, but do that mean that I have to pursue every single talent that I have? No, I don't. I'm a great cook. I do gardening. I'm a crafter. I do a lot of these things. But am I starting a business because I'm great at it? No. So take the three things that you're great at, even if you want to have multiple, it can also still fall in the same business. But even if it's three businesses that you want, two businesses, four businesses, make sure they all coexist with each other. Make sure they all align. Okay. Let's see what else we talk about. So then we talk about segue into content marketing. again, it says create pillars for your content. So Facebook Live, blog posting, maybe you're great on Instagram. So pick 3 platforms that you're naturally good at. So if you are great at in Facebook, make sure you utilize Facebook as your content pillar, your platform pillar, because content pillars and platform pillars are 2 different things. So create your content, your platform pillar. So I'm good on Facebook Live, so I go live every Wednesdays. Again, I am not great on Instagram. I don't do very well. I feel like the algorithm on Instagram don't really like me, but it's okay. So my main channels, my main things is I'm going to go where I perform very well at. And I perform very well on Facebook. I perform very well on YouTube, and I perform very well on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is more so aligned with my business. It's my business platform. Okay. So pick your platforms and stick to it. What's not, if it's not broken, don't try to fix it. Y'all know I suck at these quotes. All right. So I'm gonna get this one right. If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. So can I merge over to IG? I do still post on IG, because again, if one of my contents blow up, people are on different platforms. So I still post on IG, but it's IG my main platforms to reach my audience? It's absolutely not. I focus on platforms that keeps that have the most engagement. So you need to figure out what are your 3 platforms, and be intentional with your platforms too. Be very intentional. What's the purpose? Why do you choose the platforms that you choose? Is it better to choose Facebook because your business is more so like motivational, where you write motivational posts and all these different things? You got to get real with yourself and say what platforms is better for what. Okay. Repurpose your content. So if you're doing Facebook Lives every single day, make sure you are repurposing your content, making clips, taking the clips and posting it on your YouTube shorts, posting it on your Instagram stories, posting on your Instagram wheels. So make sure you still are repurposing your content. So if it's better for you to sit down and talk to people on Facebook Live, and then take that live and put it in Opal, and Opal will make maybe 30-second clips for you, and you can take those clips and put it across all platforms. Do that. But make sure that you are consistent with it. Make sure the quality is great, and make sure you still are posting on your 3 platforms that you prefer. All right. Email marketing. If you are a business owner and you have a food truck, or you are in the food industry, making sure that you are emailing people events that you have coming up. If you're someone that's a business coach, you might have a webinar that's coming up, making sure that you are emailing your audience and emailing people about the things that you have coming up. So email marketing is extremely, extremely important to marketing. So if that falls under your 3 pillars, make sure that you are very clear on why you use the platforms that you are using. Educate, entertain, and inspire. That's the content triangle, right? So your 3 things, the 3 words that you want to do. I want to educate, I want to entertain, and then I also want to inspire people. So figure out the 3 things that you want to do. Figure out the 3 things that you want to make somebody feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if it's you are a comedian, if it's funny, talk about funny. And if you want to be very vulnerable, be very vulnerable. Like that's your triangle. So your what would you call that? I wouldn't say an emotional triangle. Y'all help me out. Not an emotional triangle. Your content pillar, number 1, your platform pillar, and your personality pillar, right? Those are the 3 things, your 3 triangles. I'm gonna say that again. Make sure you have 3 things for your 3 platforms, for your content, what platform you're going to put your content on. 3 pillars on your personality, what you choose to, how do you choose to come across? Okay. Is it education, entertainment, and someone that you can inspire? And then also your content pillar. Okay. Your content pillar is, again, educational. My content pillars is motivational, educational, and fun. Okay. And it's also my personality. So that's that. We're gonna move on. What time is it? Okay, we got 10 more minutes. So I think early on I talked about referrals and collaboration strategies, partner with other brands, creators, and professionals. Learn how to do affiliate marketing, affiliate programs such as Amazon storefronts, Estes, who else you can do anything. Affiliate marketing is very important. So if you're selling something such as if you're a cook and you are selling a cookbook, people are going to want to know where you got your utensils from. So make sure that you are always still putting yourself in affiliate program. So if you got your knives off of Amazon, make sure you have a link to your Amazon storefront to where they can buy those same knives. So, but affiliate programs are great. Brand deals are awesome. Making sure that you still are marketing yourself and still not being out of alignment to your brand deals. So if you are someone that sells hair or you're a hairstylist, collab with brand deals that provide the hair or the edge control, the comb that you may be using. Like, don't try to do affiliate marketing when it does not have nothing to do with what you're selling or your business, because it can be bad business, bad marketing. If you ain't never used it, you don't need to put it on your Amazon storefront. I'm gonna tell you that now, because I know a lot of creators that tried to sell me things on TikTok Shop, never used it, but they're trying to get a quick buck. And then I got this item and they're over here talking about how great the item is. And I get the item and the item's crap. So now I'm frowning up at this creator and I don't want to buy from them. So when you are trying to join these affiliate programs, it has to align with your business, and it has to be something, a product that you're already using. It don't have to. You can do whatever you want to do. I just prefer you guys to be have programs that you've already are familiar with, brands that you're already familiar with. Okay. Leverage other people's audience. So another part of marketing is getting on other people's platforms, getting interviewed, going on podcasts, you know, be a guest on someone's live, whatever. Don't go on to the news station, get on other people's platform to market yourself. Okay. So that is, let me tell you a story. I went on, I know if you're in the spiritual community, I went on Black Magic 363 podcast last year back in March. And because I had went to one of his events, okay, because I wanted to put myself out there a lot more. And he actually wanted to bring me up on his podcast to talk about the event, because I told him, like, I had a really good time at your event. Like, you know, it was dope. The people was dope. The vibes was great. Energy's real high. So he wanted me to talk to his audience about what they missed out on. It was a big marketing. It was great for his marketing because it was his event and he was getting me as a testimonial. But I also was marketing myself because I was putting myself on a platform of thousands of people. This man had 450K people subscribe to his YouTube channel. So imagine 450K people, how much that can convert into your clients. How much you know, how many people can I, like, I was thinking to myself, how can I drive his audience and become my audience also, right? It's not taking competition away, but also driving. Sorry. Let me turn on my comments. I think somebody trying to comment. That's what I'm saying is, how can I drive these people to check me out? Okay. So when he told me to drop my tags, I dropped my tags and I got 1,000. I got 1,000 followers across all platforms. Okay, I gained 100 on IG. I gained 200 followers on Facebook. I mean YouTube. I gained a couple followers on my business page and some followers on my personal page because my ads are all the same. Okay, so like, how can you leverage someone else's audience? People want to hear from you. People like you, they may not know that you existed, right? But it just takes for you to go on a bigger platform for people to recognize who you are. Like, where you been? I don't have a large following. I don't have a huge following. So I want to get myself out there. I'm going to go around people that have connections, that got the network. Okay. So hey, listen, that's a great marketing strategy. That it worked definitely for me, is to go on other people's platforms. And last but not least, we're gonna talk about launching. So if you're someone that say, I got this business down pat, Tasha, I got I'm trying to sell these t-shirts and I'm ready to go out and put my product out there. The mistake that most business owners or creators make is that they drop it. Just drop it. They don't give nobody no warnings or anything. They literally just drop the product. And then what happens is it goes, and then you be like, well, I thought I had this dope ass product. I thought that I was really out here doing my damn thing. And then you give up because you feel like, oh, people ain't rocking with this. People don't like this shirt. You know what I'm saying? I put my heart and soul in this, and now you discouraged. The problem is because you lack marketing skills. You lack marketing strategies. So I encourage you, if you have a product that you want to launch, or if you're trying to launch yourself, do a pre-launch. Hype the crowd up, hype the people, give them value, hype them up, hype them up, hype them up. Be in their face, be in their face, be in their face. Do teasers. Okay? Drop a little video and then to be continued. If you're an artist, to be continued. People like, man, you gonna leave us hanging? Give them a cliffhanger. Okay, so now they're looking forward to what you got next. So they on their page looking like, all right, I'm anticipating. I can't wait. It's many times people have the cliffhangers, and I'm like, dang, they had some dope visuals, and I'm like, they gave me a cliffhanger, so I'm over here waiting around to wait to see what they gotta drop because I'm curious now. You done caught my attention. And then when you do a pre-launch, then it's time for you to launch your offer, right? You've launched your offer. Now people done anticipated. You got your all eyes on you. Now people are ready to buy. People are ready to buy because they already know they already done got their money together off of whatever you was about to launch. They know on May 27th, Tasha's about to launch this new book. Well, they probably don't know what it is, but I'm dropping teasers like, stay put, get your coins together, because what I'm about to drop, you gotta have. So now people thinking I need to save at least $30 to make sure that I'm getting this little this whatever they about to drop. And I got these things popping up in my dang on feed. I'm so sorry. It's just very distracting. Okay, so after you launch, you do a post-launch. Make sure my mic is on. You do a post-launch. Follow up. Ask them how did they like the product. Ask for testimonials. Get some feedback so that you know what you got to work on so you can perfect it. So when you do a new launch or a new relaunch of that same product or a different product, you fixed your mistakes. So follow up with people. Okay, that's a great marketing skill. Get their emails. Maybe if they didn't buy then, they might be interested in something else that you're selling. Just don't drop the offer. Don't drop the offer. Just build anticipation. Okay, and that's it for the marketing magic today. It's going to be a lot more marketing topics. This was just a brief topic or overall of what this month's going to look like. Next week, we're going to talk about platforms. We're going to talk about marketing on Facebook. We're going to go very deep on marketing on Facebook. We're going to talk about marketing on Instagram. So if you're someone that struggle with different platforms and how to effectively market yourself on each particular platform, you may want to tune in next week, because that's what we're going to talk about. Okay. Again, thank you guys for always coming to support me. If you guys haven't already got my book called The Boss Blueprint, please go to Barnes and Noble website and check your girl out. This is actually my personal copy. I actually do my own stuff. Okay. But please go check out The Boss Blueprint on Amazon. I will greatly, greatly appreciate it. If you are ready to start your journey, let your girl know. I have different things, or I have different things you can tap into on my Stand store. Just go on my bio on my Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Click the link. It'll take you to my Stand store, and I'll have all my products and services on there. So if you need help with business coaching, if you're someone that need help with personal development, if you just want to get into an entrepreneur support group for other entrepreneurs, for you to be around other entrepreneurs, everything is on my Stand store. Okay. But thank you guys for always tuning in. I will see you next Wednesday. Peace out. Uh-oh.